Trump completes his controversial 1 year in office on 20th January. The second year of the Maverick US president will be more chaotic. Author Kalyani Shankar. US President Donald Trump will complete his first year in his second term on 20th January. Trump's second-term foreign policy, which began in January 2025, represents a significant departure from traditional US approaches, even from his first term. His foreign policy actions, including withdrawing from agreements and using tariffs, highlight a move towards unilateralism that may make one feel cautious about international stability and alliances. Trump's new approach is more chaotic and has caused significant changes in international relations. The main points include a stronger focus on the Western Hemisphere under the Monroe Doctrine, tense relations with European allies, and a move from promoting democracy to transactional diplomacy, signaling a strategic realignment. As CNN says, Trump, destroyed agencies such as the USAID, fired thousands of USAID workers, set government prosecutors on his enemies and mocked justice with pardons for 6th January rioters. During this period, Trump's foreign policy underwent notable shifts, more than in his first term. Trump has shocked the world many times, his unpredictability contributing to global instability. Trump's supporters were happy about his negotiating style and his emphasis on American interests. But his critics feared these actions might weaken long-term allies. The hallmark of Trump's second term is the rapid and widespread use of executive authority, creating a sense of his overwhelming power. Trump's withdrawal from multilateral agreements like the TP and Paris Climate Agreement raises concerns about the US's long-term influence and credibility in global institutions, affecting future leadership roles. He withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, trade deal in his first week in office. The president exited from the Paris Climate Agreement. These moves shifted his skepticism toward international frameworks that he believed constrained American sovereignty. Trump dislikes alliances and views European allies as weak. This year, he had several calls with Zelensky and Putin, and also held a face-to-face meeting with Putin in Alaska to try to stop the fighting in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is moving toward a resolution, but it is happening much more slowly than Trump hoped because Putin is being stubborn. The relationship with Europe became strained, hindering efforts to promote democracy. The increased focus on the Western Hemisphere is an essential aspect that may raise concerns. He decided to withdraw from the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. He initiated negotiations to renegotiate it, including tariffs on solar panels and washing machines. He's used tariffs as a weapon against allies, secured the release of hostages from Gaza, and launched a pressure campaign against the Venezuelan government. U.S. troops captured the Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro following strikes on the country. Maduro and his wife have been brought to the U.S., where he has been indicted on drug charges in New York. The National Security Strategy, released in December last year, outlined a different path for global relations. The strategy moved away from promoting democracy and instead prioritized national interests. It identified mass migration as a critical external threat above other global challenges posed by nations. A new perspective emerged, revealing how countries such as the United States, Russia, and China shape global power. This approach changed how America interacts with the world and established the tone for future relationships with both friends and enemies. It identifies mass migration as the most significant external threat to the US, surpassing China, Russia, and terrorism. It views the world as divided into spheres of influence among the US, Russia, and China. it calls for reinstating the Monroe Doctrine to reinforce American dominance in the Western Hemisphere. The Trump administration's focus on Latin America and the Caribbean includes. As for Ukraine, the United States provided military aid to Kyiv. Trump began a dialogue with President Putin, including a meeting in Alaska. President Zelensky and President Biden were blamed for the conflict. Peace negotiations are progressing slowly, with the US and Russia meeting in Saudi Arabia in February 2025. Trump's efforts to mediate between Israel and the Palestinians have been going on for a long time. The US supports Israel strongly. India entered 2025 optimistic about what a second Donald Trump presidency would bring for the relationship between the two nations. Public opinion in India was far more positive about Trump's return to the White House. Trump changed it. Since taking office, Trump has increased tariffs, restricted H-1B visas, and made a deal with China. The latest is a 500% tariff shock in India, as Trump backs a bill proposing a 500% tariff on exports to the US. President Trump once said, "America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world." A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. His expansionism has begun, and we must wait to see where it leads.